Let's take a look at how to do a vocal delay throw in Cubase. There's a couple different techniques for this. A delay throw is often when we take just a portion of an audio file and throw a delay on it to make it a little more interesting in a production. So the most common method of doing this is just to automate an effect send. So I'm going to go to my vocal track, let's right click and add a plug-in. So say our mono delay. And what I want to do is I'll set this value here to quarter note. And I'm going to automate just by clicking on the W button. And as I move this slider, the more over to the right is the more delay that's blended in. And as I move it to the left, the less delay it's blended in. So let's go ahead and automate some changes.
What did you say? You wished it all away, and I'm left here.
So now we'll go ahead and just listen to that, and we'll see that those changes will just play back automatically.
You wished it all away, and I'm left here for 1,000 years.
So now that will take real-time CPU processing, but there's another way that we could process these files offline. And that would allow us to just kind of select a portion of a file. So let's listen for in our spot for delay throw. So let's say the word day. So I'm going to come over here and switch to my range selection tool. Now, if you say, okay, I want to select just this, but it's not allowing you to select what you want, it could be that the range selection tool is set to follow the snap. So you can hit the letter J or turn off this icon. And I'm just going to select that range. And we could go access a process. Basically, we're going to take the delay and put it into the file so it doesn't have to do real-time performance. So we could do this by going to our audio menu to plugins and choosing your plugin, or just going to your direct offline processing. So I have this set to auto apply. So we look at our waveform here. We can see that, we can see the amplitude of waveform just kind of drop down. And what I'm going to do is just to go to my plugins, go to our delay. If we look at the waveform, I'm going to add my mono delay. Let's set it for a quarter note. And that process is now altered the waveform. So as we do this, the file is just going to play back. So I extended a range for when I wanted the delay to stop. Now let's say at this point I wanted to throw another plugin in. So I'm going to come over here. Let's throw a flanger. When in doubt, always throw a flanger on. So now we'll come over and we see our flanger. Our vocal returns to its natural state. And let's say, what would it be like if we do another kind of offline process? Maybe just reverse that as an effect to see what it sounds like. At this point you go, okay, that's interesting, but I didn't like the reverse with a flanger. So I have 3 different processes done sequentially, but what if I wanted to delete one in the middle non-linearly, non-sequentially? So I could say, let's just select a flanger and cut that, and I still have my mono delay in reverse. So I had the first and third process preserved. You could always blend that in as a background vocal with the real vocal if you wanted to, just by copying the track and processing. But at any time, I could just come over and remove any of these particular processes independently. And this is even after saving the project. So 10 years later, I could go back, select the file, and I could see this processing history. Now, if I didn't want to, we'll go ahead and let's say I want to delete all the processes and go right back. Now, let's say I just wanted to just select this area and we'll add a tail so that instead of having to select an extended range, when the delay goes on, we could add a tail to the delay. So it doesn't just go for the selection. So now when I add a tail, we'll go to our range and come directly over here, go back to our delay, and we do our mono delay. We can see that the processing is extended beyond the range selection because we chose to add the tail. Now, another useful process for this is if you want to do maybe, sometimes like kind of a lo-fi or, AM radio sound for just a portion of the vocal so that the next part would have more impact. So I'm going to select just this particular section right here. And I want to process this differently. So I'll just bypass my delays here real quick. So if I wanted to process just this particular area separately, I could go to like a plugin and we'll go to EQ. And in the Studio EQ, there's a preset called Telephone. So as we play this now, I'm going to just come over. We have our normal sounding. Now we'll have our telephone voice. We'll go back to normal. Then we'll have our delay throw. So as you can see, it's really easy in Cubase to do delay throws, whether you want it to automate effect sends or do creative offline processing where you're never truly committed, where you could always go back and just choose to delete all the processes or modify them to always have the original intact. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to like the video and to subscribe to the channel.